Welcome back. This is Troy Bolke with Credit Talk. What would you say to our listeners who are thinking about just paying off a credit card and closing it?
Well, you're going to lose potentially the length of history. 15% of your score is based on when you opened that account. So when you go close it, if it has a balance still, it's still going to reflect. You know, you get on the phone with the credit card company and go, I'm not going to pay you. I don't like you anymore. And I still have a balance, but I'm going to close my account. Great for you. As soon as you make your last payment on that closed account, it will fall out of your credit score. So you see your score drop and you're going, I made my last payment on that credit card. Right. But it was a closed account. So it doesn't get factored in anymore. It's a game.
It is.
Yes.
It's the credit game.
It is the credit game.
So our next show coming on soon. The credit game. So you say to our listeners, don't close out your cards. Yeah. Otherwise, you're forfeiting your history, which is 15% of your score.
Right.
If you have positive history and you've got a card, even if you have some beef with them, you want to try to keep it under 20%. So if you're using 50% of it and you pay it down, keep it there. Yeah. Unless you need it again, but when you do pay it down again and keep it between 5 and 19%, that's the ideal.
That's the amount. I'm a big, strong believer we have to go into the next year and into the next future life that credit cards are not, we have to get it in our head and our kids' head, but they're not cash. They're not income. They're not going to buy you a better life. They are a tool. They're the best tool you'll have. It's kind of like a lever. You know, if you get 2 credit cards, do nothing else, but you go open 2 credit cards, even if they're secured credit cards that you put your money, deposit your money, and they open up a credit card with that amount. You set up those 2 cards to pay 2 things you already pay every month. One to Netflix, one to a donation to the UMOM homeless shelter for $20. You set those 2 credit cards up to pay those 2 things. You set up your bank account to pay the credit cards when those bills come. And you walk away and you go to work. And if you have the worst credit in the world and you go do that, you go to open 2 secured credit cards and you do that little system and nothing else, your scores will improve. Your scores will naturally improve. It'll start drowning out the bad with good.
It's amazing.
And you've got a system where you're not going into debt. That's the whole key. Don't go into debt. So make it work for you.
Even for us folks who have ADD.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody like that, but just say it did.
Not a clue.
We got ADD people and they're like, it's the 29th already?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah.
Your bill was due yesterday.
Yeah.
So you know how to, do you have it in your book on how to do that with your bank account, does it?
Yeah. Well, it's my little system that makes Visa work for you instead of you working for Visa your whole life. You know, it's just 2 cards, set them up. It's simple. It's easy. You don't have to go into debt. If you want to buy something big and you need to use borrow money, get an installment loan because those aren't factored into the 30% of your credit score.
Oh, they're not.
You know, they're not. So a lot of people consolidate over there into an installment loan with a 3 or 5 year term, and they consolidate the credit cards and they see their scores go up 100 points.
What if the installment loan has collateral? Does that affect how that reports in your credit?
No, it's an installment loan. You make the payment on time. They're only looking really at the payment history.
Paid as agreed, in full as agreed.
Right.
Okay.
So it's not going to be too weird when I go into Victoria's Secret now and open up a credit card. I like this. I was on a radio show. She said I had to open one.
And buy something small.
I want to put underwear on a reoccurring purchase.
Unbelievable.
And then you can really help your spouse. Okay, Don, when you get a girlfriend or a wife or fiance, you can add her as an authorized user. So even if you find a girl that's got bad credit, but you think she's
nice. It's a perk for dating me.
Yeah.
It's a perk.
I can bless you. I'll add you to my credit cards. Just don't give her the credit cards. Right. Don't give her them physically.
Like this way you can actually fix her. You know?
Yeah. I will fix you.
So this is definitely not relationship talk, right?
No,
right, we're good.
No,
so I'm just getting
me a credit
show
card. Altogether.
All right, perfect.
So
it's not contagious. Credit. That's what I have to say all the time. It's not contagious.
So as we go into the next segment, hopefully you can be ready to give us more tips. I want to get some of these pinned down so our listeners get it because that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And I don't want to lose these tips. I want these down as rules of thumb for our credit.
That's right.
This is Troy Bolke. I am here with Credit Talk and with Alyssa Glutz from colormycredit.com, and Alyssa Glutz, 480-206-6516. Thank you.